Hello and welcome, Math 2414 Calculus 2 Internet students to the spring 2022 semester. My name is Robert D. Giovanni. I'll be the instructor for the course. First things first, I'm getting over being sick, so I'm coughing and everything. I apologize, but I sound better than I did about 2 days ago, so this will have to work. All right, this orientation video might be a little bit lengthy, so I apologize ahead of time. I want you to watch the whole thing. There's some important information. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the class, kind of showing you how things are set up. If you have taken online calculus with me before, maybe Cal 1, just please, there are some things that have changed, so I want you to make sure you watch this whole video. All right, so let's start out. I assume you know how to get into ACES and log into your course. So we are Cal 2, 2414, section 19. Here we are. So first thing is that you need to be aware of the inbox over here. This is where all of our official communication takes place. Don't send me an email through your Yahoo or Gmail account. I will not get it. So your inbox is over here. So if I send you something, it'll be here. If you want to send me an email, you come compose a message right here. I'm sure you can figure that out. That's it for that. So back to the class. I'm going to switch it over to student view so it looks like what you're going to see. And let me just talk about this first main page here. I'm going to go through these links. The way the course is set up, just a real general idea, is that there's a schedule. You're going to look at the schedule. You're going to see what's up for that week. You're going to go look at when it's due. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go watch some lecture videos over that material. And then you're going to go to a different system through a link here. And you're going to do homework problems based upon those concepts. And then if you run into any trouble, I have solutions for homework problems that match up with your homework problems pretty closely. I don't do 100% of them, but I'd say 90 to 95% of the problems that I'm asking you to do, there's some video of me doing a problem similar to it. And then you'll just keep doing that. And then there will be exams that you do. There's 2 exams you do online, kind of at your own pace. And then there's 2 exams that you have to actually meet on a Zoom session to take. So I'll get through all that, but that's just kind of a general layout of the way things go. Now, one of the big changes is that the homework that you do at home, I am now going to ask that you actually write down all your homework. Okay, so you'll put your name, you'll say, section, whatever, chapter 3, section 5, and any problems that you're doing online and submitting that work through the homework system, you should have some handwritten work to go with that. And then you're going to compile that assignment into a single file, and you'll upload that to me so that I have something I can look at that shows me your work. Okay, and those will be, you'll have to do that like on a weekly basis. So that's an added layer of things that you have to do. But I think it will be very helpful in me identifying weaknesses and you identifying weaknesses in your understanding of the concepts early in the process, as opposed to when you actually get to exam 2, which is a big exam, and you realize, you know what, I really don't understand any of this. So yeah, that's it. So let me start here with the schedule. So I recommend you download the schedule. I just downloaded it. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And I try to keep this really simple, okay? So look at this almost like a checklist. It shows what the topic is that you were covering and then when it's due. So you have 2 assignments. These are just preliminary assignments within our homework system that just make sure that you're like verifying that you understand the requirements of the class. And then the other one is just to kind of get you familiar with the homework system. And then after that, it shows here 3.5, that means chapter 3, section 5, chapter 4, section 7, chapter 3, section 6. And we're just going to follow these and notice the due dates. Please pay attention to these due dates. I don't want anything creeping up on you. Like, for example, exam 2 that we're going to do on Zoom. 2 days later, there's a group of assignments due. So I'm not expecting you to do these 2 assignments and these concepts in 2 days. I expect that you saw that they were coming and you kind of planned your life accordingly for that. So just pay attention to these due dates. All right. Now, let me get back to this. So now let's say that we have the schedule. Let's go to this first topic, 3.5, inverse trigonometric functions. So where are you going to go to work? Well, you're going to click on this link, class lecture videos. It's going to take you to a YouTube channel. And here it is. Now, ignore where it says day 1, day 2, day 3. These are actually videos that I took of a real class. These videos were done a few years ago. And so if I say something to the class, I'm not talking to you all, I'm talking to them. But if I offer them a bonus problem, or if I offer them a take-home quiz or something like that, you can do those assignments and turn them into me via email, and I will count that as bonus for you in the class. Otherwise, you're just here to get the information. So I'm going to click on this first video. Unfortunately, we have ads now. It used to be that YouTube did not have ads on educational videos, but now they do. So yeah, you're going to want to ignore, I think in the beginning of this, I'm talking about like this particular class, but I eventually get to some material. So here we go. So 3.5 inverse trigonometric functions. I'm talking to the class. I'm muted right now, but I'm sitting here talking to the class, and I'm working through these notes, and I'm writing on the board over the notes, and I'm kind of working through this. That's where you're going to learn. Now, the notes that I'm actually using, you have access to. And to get to those, you go to Files. And over here, you're going to see Course Notes. And here are all the course notes for the entire semester. And 3.5 was what I was just doing in that class. You can, these are available to you. So you don't need to worry about copying down all those things on the, that I had up there. They're all here for you. You can refer back to them. If you want, you can print those out. It's totally up to you. So you're going to watch this video. Now look, I mean, it's an hour, 43 minutes long. It's a normal class period. So, there's this discussion about internet courses, right? And about, if you have an internet class and you're having them watch videos, you want to make sure your videos are not longer than an hour long. And I understand that it's hard to have an attention span for that long, but this is calculus 2, and there's no short way to do this. There's no shortcut. You can't watch a 10-minute video on this topic and be okay. So please do not try and find shortcuts for learning in this class. I've made available to you many, many hours of video, and I believe that content is enough for you to understand this material, or at least get a pretty good grasp of it. You still may need help from me to clarify things, but it's all here. You can learn, you can do this with this format, but you're gonna have to watch a lot of videos. That's just the way it goes. So I'm just telling you, don't go trying to just go to like Khan Academy and watch a 15-minute video, or go, Google or YouTube some other short video over some concept. You're just not going to get enough that way. So please follow what I'm asking you to do here. All right. So you watch the course video, all right, or the class video. Watch that video over 3.5, and now you're ready to go see if you understand it by doing the homework. So you click on this ebook homework system. It's going to take you here. And you can go right to the homework assignments right here. You can go right to it, or you can go to this basically takes you to the whole system where you can see all your assignments, and you can get to the electronic version of the book. So I'm going to click on that one. I don't think it's going to take me there because I'm logged. It says I'm a student right now. No, it's letting me in. Okay. So when you do this for the first time, it's going to ask you to make an account with WebAssign, with Cengage. If you already have an account, you can use your login information. If you don't, just put in email address, your name, all that, and then you should get taken directly to the class. That's not going to look like this for you. It's going to look like, let me get to it here. Open student view. So it's going to look more like this. And what you'll see are the assignments that you have that are coming up are here. Any assignments that you have that are coming up or past due assignments are all going to be here. And then ignore all this communication stuff. We are not communicating through this at all. Okay, we're not using this for communication. We're using the Canvas communication. But down here is a link to the ebook. So if you open up the ebook, you can get to the textbook. So let's go to chapter 3, section 5. Oh, we're looking at the exercises. Let me go to chapter 3, section 5, the beginning of it right there. So here's chapter 3, section 5. All right. And so there's your electronic version of the book. All right. If you want to read through it, you can. All right. so let me take us back here. Hold on. There we go. So we were back here at the home page. All right, so we went in, we watched, we got the schedule, we watched the video. We're now going and we're trying to do some homework. Let's take a look at the homework and what it's going to look like for you. Right, I have to go in, I have to sneak in through a back door because right now the homework assignments aren't open for you yet. So let me sneak in here and look at the 3.5 homework. Okay, so here we go. It's asking you to solve this problem. So there's free response here. There's a palette over here. And one of the first videos you watch, or I'm sorry, one of the first assignments you have is this thing called Getting Started with WebAssign. That'll kind of get you used to how to use the system, but there is a learning curve to this. And I'm just going to apologize ahead of time. You're just going to have to be patient and learn. Where did it go? Where's the assignment? Okay, here it is. Okay, so you're going, you put in your answer, and it'll grade it real time, save your work. You get multiple tries. The whole idea behind homework is that you are practicing. So this is where I would expect for you to take out a piece of paper, write your name on it, put the section, this is 3.5, put number 1, and just any work that you do, just put it there, and you're going to get all this work. When you're done with the assignment, you're going to upload that assignment to me. Now, I have not determined how I'm going to ask you for that yet, so stay tuned for that. I don't know yet, so I will let you know, but there will be a place for you to upload your work, all right? And you have to do that for each assignment. So the math is not going to be taking place like, point and click and type. The math is on paper and pencil, and then you're putting your answers in here. All right, so you're doing this homework. Now, let's say you're having trouble, right? Let's say you're having trouble. Now, this is actually a very subtle but important part of helping you here. We're having trouble here on 3.5, number 1. Now, how can you get help with that? Well, there's some things you can do here, but what have I provided you? Well, you have to come over here and look at this number right here, 3.5.01. All right, and then notice this one's 3.5.02. The next one's 3, next one's 4, next one's 5. Oh, these are all in order. Okay, here, notice it goes from 6 to 9. Okay, let's do this one. So you're working on number 7, trying to simplify this expression. If you look at 3.5.09, what this means, this 09 means this is number 9 from the textbook. So I'm going to go back to that textbook. I'm going to go to the exercises here. And 3.5. If I go to number 9, it should look like this. So number 9, sine of inverse tangent of x. Was that what it was? So it should be similar. It was number 7 here. Sine of inverse tangent of x. Yeah, that's the exact problem. But notice it's number 9 in the textbook. Now, why do you need to look at this number? The reason that number is important is because back here on our main page, I have homework solution videos. So if you go to these videos and you go to 3.5 and watch a stupid ad, then I'm doing these problems here, and these problems are out of the textbook. Okay, so I'm doing number 15 out of the textbook. See if here's number 5. See if I do number 9. I don't do every problem, but I do a lot of them. Like I said, 95% of them. Yeah, it looks like I may not do number 9. Looks like I went from number 5 to number 15, 16, 17. So I do, like I said, not every one of them. So you might have some questions still, but this is the way these homework solution videos match up. Some of these videos are weird. I'm on a small little board in my house. Other videos, I'm at school on a nice big whiteboard with good lighting and everything else. So, you're going to have to be looking at your assignment. And if you need that video help that I have, you're gonna have to be looking at this number and kind of cross-referencing it. I apologize that you have to do that, but at least for, like I said, 90–95% of the problems, you will have some video of me working it out. Okay, so that's the homework system. You go in there, do your homework, handwrite it. You're going to upload it to me. We don't know how yet, but I'll let you know. There's the homework solution videos. Here's the files. I already showed you the files. Let me go back to the files again. In here, there's formula sheets. So for Cal 2, I'm going to allow you to have all of these. You can download those and print those out, and you can have those on exams 2 and 4. All right, but you have to have them printed out. You cannot use an electronic version off your computer screen. There's a lot of stuff here, so please print all these out and have them ready for exam 2. And that there was in our files. All right, so that covers everything in our files. This is formula sheets, course notes I already showed you. This is our schedule. This is a list of the problems that the homework problems that I have on video. I'm sorry, yeah, these are the homework problems that I do out of the textbook. So just so you know, it's just a reference, that's all. Okay, back here, homepage. So there's our homepage. Your grades are here. Modules, that takes you again to a quick link to get to your homework assignments or the ebook. The files I showed you, discussions, that's where you can have discussions with your classmates if you want to form study groups, something like that. There's people where you can email your classmates individually. There's this online tutoring system. This is like a third-party online tutoring system that the school has a contract with. I've heard mixed reviews on this. I would say that this is like a last resort. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, you need help on something, you know, you could maybe turn to this. And then the last one is a student survey, and that's going to be for the end of the class. All right, now I skipped the syllabus. We need to talk about the syllabus. I'm going to pause real quick. Okay, so here's the syllabus. We're going to run through this. There's really important stuff here. So even though this is an online class, exams 2 and 4, you have to meet on Zoom live and take that test. So those tests are going to occur on Fridays. The dates are set here. And I actually give you 2 different opportunities to show up for the test: a morning session and an evening session, because I know some of you work and have to kind of work your life around it. I expect that you will show up to those. If you miss the exam, you get a 0. There's no makeup or anything like that. And if you get a 0 on one of those tests, it's pretty much guarantees that you won't pass the class. So those are the dates and time. Work your life around those. I'm giving you, what, 8-week notice on the first exam, or on exam 2, you've got what, almost 8 weeks to get your life around that. And exam 4 is like 16 weeks away. So work your life around it. If you absolutely cannot get free during those times, then there's some instructions on what you need to do. All right. Now, contact information. I provide you here my cell phone number. Please take advantage of that. I'm here to help you. Students that do good in this class are usually the ones that come and meet with me and come to my office hours. So my cell phone number, all you need to do is text me. Make sure you put your name and what class you're in, because I have 6 classes. And then just, if you're working on a problem, like don't say, hey, I need help on number 7 for section 3.5. Instead, say, hey, I need help on this problem. Take a picture of the problem, take a picture of any work you've done, and then I can help you a little more efficiently that way. Sometimes I'm out at the grocery store, I can't readily look up the problem. So make it easy for me to help you. Now, I also have office hours. You can just show up. I'm in a Zoom session during these days and times. That's just an open session to all my classes. You can go in there, ask questions. We can work out examples. We can talk about your major, whatever you want. It's an open session, all right? Now there's a Zoom link and there's passwords, so be careful there. That's case sensitive. In terms of materials, you don't need to buy a textbook. Okay, everything's electronic, but you do need a calculator. Scientific calculator is a minimum requirement. You may have a graphing calculator. You may not have a computer that calculator that has a computer algebra system. Now that's usually the TI-89 or the Inspire CAS. It has to say CAS there, okay, to be the one you can't have. It. There's a couple of others. I think I have one. I don't know where it is, but if you have any questions about your calculator, just let me know. Now, description, outcomes, and everything else, I'll let you read through that. Standard grading scale here, A, B, C, D, and F are the only grades I can give you. And this is the way the grade's broken down. This is the part that everyone wants to know about. So how am I going to determine your grade? Well, all the homework you do online, remember that you get multiple tries at it. You know, you have to handwrite it and upload it and stuff, but all of that together, it's only 10% of your grade, all right? And then the 2 exams that you do at home, those two, all those just have deadlines. You just have to have those done by the time it says you have to have it done. So you could take it early. You're doing it at home. You have access to your notes. I'm not monitoring you at all. Those 2 exams are only 10% each. So a majority of your grade, 70% of your grade are these 2 exams. It's like a big midterm and final. And those exams I will provide reviews for, but you have to do well on those exams or else you really can't do well in the class. And it's just to maintain the integrity of the course. You know, I need to make sure that you understand this material and that you can do the material without having all these other resources. So be aware of that, okay? Now, I already talked about the way the course is laid out. This just kind of recaps, you know, hey, you're gonna look at the schedule, you're gonna watch a video, you're gonna get solution, go look at the homework solutions for help, blah, blah, blah. Come to my office hours, text me. That just kind of lays that all out. This talks about exams 1 and 2, or sorry, 1 and 3, how you do those on your own time. And, you know, they are time tests. They're 4 hours. It won't take you 4 hours, but it'll give you plenty of time. You just have to do it in one sitting. Okay, so you can't start exam 1 and 3 and then close it, come back the next day. But there's plenty of time there to do it. So you do that when you're free. Exams 2 and 4, those are going to be the ones that you have to show up for the Zoom session. Now, let's talk about that Zoom session. All right, let's take a breath. This is super important. Exams 2 and 4, you will show up to the Zoom session. I will email you the test. The whole class will get emailed the test. And then everyone will take the first 10 minutes to hand copy all of the problems. Now, if you have a printer, you can print them out, that's fine. But everyone's gonna have to transfer the electronic version of the test to a paper. Then I will say, okay, that's time. We have to start the test now. And at that point, computers go off. No, you can't have your computer screen in front of you. You can't have your laptop in front of you. What you need to do is you need to set up your camera in your space in a way that I can see you and your entire workspace. So what I mean by that, let's go back to the home page. You notice that on the home page, I have a picture of me sitting at a desk. That's not because I wanted to show you a picture of me. It's because that is exactly what I'm looking for when you take those Zoom tests. Notice in this picture, you can see me, you can see my entire desk, you can see the wall in front of me. There's no question as to what I'm using and what's around me. Okay, so this is what I want from everyone. That means most of the time students will use their phone, they'll log into Zoom, they'll set their phone up on the side somehow. You've got to figure that out. But I don't want the camera in front of you. I don't want the camera behind you. I don't want the camera above you. I want it off to the side so I can see everything around you. And you don't want to be too close. You don't want to be too far. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. All right, right there. I've had students that will set up a camera way across the room. They're sitting at a table. It looks like they're in prison. They're just a little person at a table. That won't work. Okay, and I'm very strict about this. All right, because I'm trying to make this fair. I want to make sure everybody's playing by the same rules here. So if you can't get your camera set up properly, you can't take the test. You can't take the test, you get a 0, you fail the class. So let me get back down to this. You will get your camera set up, right? Get your camera set up and you will begin taking the test. Everyone's going to do paper and pencil, do the test. And then once you're done with the test, when you are done, you will send me a chat through Zoom and you'll say, hey, I'm done. And then you can leave, all right? And I will give you 15 minutes from when you leave the Zoom session. You have 15 minutes to somehow get all of your papers, take pictures, compile them into a single PDF file, and upload that to me. Now, I will send you a link to upload, and all that will be handled when the exam comes. But by the time we get to exam 2 and 4, you need to know how to do that. You're going to be doing the same thing for the homework assignment. So compiling everything to a single PDF is going to be an important skill for you to make sure you learn. And if you already know how to do it, great, but you might have to learn that. If you have an iPhone, you know, there's a cam scanner, I think it's called, that allow you to do it. If you're using Android, there's something called JPEG to PDF that will allow you to do what I'm asking you here. If you have questions, we'll get it worked out. Just make sure that you know how to do it by exam 2. Well, by the time you have to upload your homework, make sure you know how to do it. Okay, so you'll send that to me. It's your responsibility to make sure that what you send to me has all the pages, that it's clear, it's in focus, I can read it, it's in order, it's, you know, it's not number 14 is the first page, it's not upside down, it's not sideways, everything is nice and easy for me to see. I will grade it, I'll write on your documents electronically, and I'll send you back your test graded, and you'll have the feedback on what you got right and wrong. Now on exams 2 and 4, these are such big, like important exams. I talk a little bit about how to prepare for these. I mean, you need to have done your homework, no shortcuts, like I said, really do your homework, understand the materials. I'm going to give you that review for these exams. Make sure you know how to do the review, ask questions. The way I think about it is like when I'm doing a review, is like, as I'm doing the review, I'm thinking, what are the main concepts? So I've got like a separate paper where I'm just like writing down what are the main things I needed to know here as I'm working through this review. And then you just have to kind of just practice, practice, practice. All right, requesting extensions. If for some reason you miss a homework deadline off that schedule, don't worry. Let's say it's due on Sunday night. Wait till Monday morning. Monday morning, when you go to the assignment, it'll say it's past due and you can request an extension then. There will be a 10% penalty, but at least you'll be able to turn in the assignment and get a grade. So that's that. There's an attendance policy about, you know, make sure you're meeting your deadlines. And then there's a link to some tutoring, and the rest of it's like administrative stuff from the college. All right, so that's the syllabus. Let me go back to the homepage. I think I've covered everything that I want to cover. So here's where we are. Things that are kind of up in the air still, or, you know, how are you going to upload your homework assignments? I still have to figure that out. But what I'd like for you to do now, and this is going to be a test to see how many of you actually watched to the end of the video. What I'd like for you to do now is I'd like for you to take out 3 pieces of paper, and real big on the first page, I want you to write your name, and then real big, I want you to write the number 1, number 2, number 3. And then I want you to take pictures of those, and I want you to upload those to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an email very soon. The email is going to say, hey, welcome to the class. Watch this orientation video, and I'm going to give you a link to the video you're watching now. And then below that, I'm going to say, and here's the link for that other thing. And what I'm talking about is that's going to be the link for you to upload those pictures of those 3 pages as a single PDF file to me. And let's see how that goes. If you are really struggling with it, just contact me and I can help you out. But we need to get that skill taken care of so, you know, it's not an issue later. I think that's it for now. I know there's probably questions you may have. Just reach out to me. I'm here and available to you. I look forward to a good semester, and have a good weekend. I will talk to you all, or be in contact somehow soon. Thank you.